So as you can see, I have cut out a bunch of cards and glued 2 sizes together. And even though I used my paper cutter, apparently I'm terrible at a paper cutter and they still didn't come out as even sizes. So I'm going to trim them so that everything looks nice and neat. Apparently paper cutters take skill and I don't have that skill. But the paper is just scrapbook paper, so this is what's left over. I used 1.5 sheets for these because each one, they are 3 by 4 inches. Each sheet makes 12 cards. I can do math. And this is the set that I used just in case anybody really likes the patterns from Michael's craft store. That would also be helpful information to have. So right now what I'm going to do is trim the edges, as I already said. Wow, I should really script my videos. And then I am going to glue my book prompts to it. So I'm just going to cut these out, glue them in, and then I'll be adding the characters to the cards. And this is going to be the back of the card, and this is going to be the front of the card that has the character on it. So as you can see, now all of the prompts and all of the characters are cut out. The characters are actually printed onto sticker paper, matte sticker paper. But I didn't feel like using up my sticker paper on the prompts. I don't know why, I just didn't feel like it was important enough to use sticker paper. So I printed them out on just regular sketchbook paper, which is slightly thicker than your standard printer paper, so it would hold the glue a little bit better because I knew I wanted to glue them. And regular computer paper tends to kind of, you know, disintegrate a little bit or get wrinkly if you put too much glue on it. This Strathmore sketchbook paper is good enough to use on like really high quality markers with a lot of ink. So I figured it would be able to kind of hold up to the glue a little bit. Now all I have to do is put the character with the proper prompt, like so. I'm going to arrange them together. She's a little too big. This prompt does not go with this character. I have it all arranged so that the character kind of sort of matches the prompt, though it's a little bit random. I just mostly wanted to use these characters that I had created. This is the only one that really matches the prompt, because this one I specifically designed the vampire bat character to go with the book with vampires, because I seem to have a lot of those on my shelf for some reason. So that's how that would look. So now that everything is glued together, the next step is to laminate. These laminating sheets. If I can get it out with one hand. Oh, they're all stuck together. Okay. Yes. Laminating sheets. They're clear, so they don't really show up on camera. But they're there. Before you laminate, you want to make sure that your surface is, one, just like a really smooth flat surface. Something like plastic is really good because you want the laminating sheets to be able to accidentally stick to it and then pull off. So you don't really want anything that it could like stick to and ruin your laminating sheet. I'm not sure exactly what this thing's original use was, but now I use it as a craft thing. If you have a craft mat, that would be absolutely perfect, but I don't have one of those. Maybe one day. Alright, so just like make sure it doesn't have any weird little pieces on it that could get in between what you're trying to laminate and the sheet, because once it's on there forever. And there's really nothing more irritating than accidentally ruining your artwork by having like a little piece of paper or tissue or dust or fluff or anything just like on there permanently, and you just stare at it and get really irritated. Maybe that's just me, but you know, when I work this hard to make something, I would like it to be, if not perfect, at least perfect-ish. These are full-sized sheets. You can also buy just like, if you're just doing cards, you can buy the ones that are the size of like a photo, just for laminating photos. Those are actually a little bit easier to work with when making cards, but this is what they had on Amazon, so it's what we're going with. I was also making another project, and I just in general wanted to have a lot of sheets. because I like to laminate things. Oh look, you can see my reflection. Hello. That's my chin. Just like obsessively brushing this off. I should stop. That actually didn't help. You need to leave some space around the edges to cut because these laminating sheets are 4 milliliters thick, which is kind of thick for laminating sheets. I honestly, when I bought them, I had no idea what that meant as far as thickness. I'm not an expert on laminating sheets, much as I enjoy them. So these ones are kind of thick, so you're going to need to leave space for a border so that it doesn't peel apart later, because you don't want them to separate after you've done all this work to make them. So I'm just seeing which way will leave me enough space while also not wasting too much of the excess paper. Okay, so it looks like I won't be able to fit more than 6 on if I want to have, okay, I'll just center it. Decisions have been made. And then you also want to make sure you don't have any like little pieces of glue or anything on here. Anything you want to rub off of the surface, now is the time to do it. Okay. Since I'm making cards, I'm just going to do, as you can probably guess, I'm just going to do the whole, like in bulk. I'm just going to do a bunch at a time. And the nice thing about this paper being so thick is that you really don't have to worry about it wrinkling under your work, because it pretty much just sticks right on and you don't have to worry so much about smoothing it out like you do if you've used, for example, tape to laminate, which I have done many times. You have to really be careful about wrinkles destroying your artwork. But in this case, it's so thick that it just kind of sticks right to it. And what is that, a sponge? Yeah, I'm not going to use that. We'll avoid that, thank you very much. Goodness sakes, is that a spot to clean it up? We want the company impressed. That was a weird note. Okay, I apologize. Okay, so now that we have all of that, and you can probably flip it over and see that there's really no air bubbles, which is really nice about this thick paper. Here is the moment of truth, because once it goes down, it does not come back up. That was pretty good. I purposely left a lot of room on the sides, that way if I didn't lay it down perfectly, which I don't seem to be capable of, it wouldn't really matter. See how like this part, I don't know if you can zoom in on that. So this part, that little edge there, you don't want to cut closer than that edge because that's an air pocket. So you want to cut at least a little bit away from, oh, I'm not pointing correctly. So you want to cut at least a little bit away from that edge, because if you cut right along this air pocket, the whole thing's just going to open up and it's not going to have made sense for you to have laminated. So that's why you want to leave space in between your different things. Like I might not have even left enough space here. Maybe. Just barely. Yeah, it's barely enough space. I mean, it's not the end of the world if it isn't 100% sealed, but if it's sealed, that means it's waterproof and you don't have to worry about spilling drinks on it or anything. Yeah, see, I don't think I even left enough space right here. It's too close together, I think. Oh well, I'll correct that last time. I was worried about the edges, so. Oh well. Oh, let me zoom back out. You can't see what I'm doing. So basically you just want to smooth all this out as much as possible. And I'm going to cut one out as an example. The edges are actually really pointy. So if you're using this particular laminating sheet, it's probably a good idea to round off the corners just because a little bit stabby. So this is a close-up of what the card looks like laminated. I actually like that it doesn't have too much of a glare because I am making these for videos. So when I put it down, it doesn't really glare too much with all of my lights, which is perfect. That's what I was worried about. Not being able to read the card in a video. Oh yeah, I think it looks pretty good. Now I'll just do all the rest of them. They are done. Oh, I was trying to make that cool. Nope, okay, it's not happening. Anyway, here are all of the cards, the front of all of them, and the back is just cute floral pattern. Ooh, aren't they nice? I really love them. They are pretty much exactly how I imagined they would turn out, and I'm really happy. I really like the gold paper, like the gold dots on the paper, and I love how, as I said before, on camera, if they lie flat, they don't really have a glare, which is perfect because I'm planning to do videos with these guys. So if you want to see these cards in action and get an explanation of the prompts and what each prompt actually means, the ones that aren't self-explanatory, like start a new series, I don't think that needs an explanation. But some other more random ones that can have multiple meanings, I will link my video on introducing the TBR cards below and in the cards so you can see them in action and see how I use them to pick my books that I will be reading in the future. And just to throw it out there, some of the characters on these cards are available on my Redbubble shop. You can get them on t-shirts, stickers, tote bags, phone cases, a lot of random stuff, which is linked in the description of every single one of my videos. So if you like some of the characters, you can check that out. I am intending to eventually upload every single one of these characters. I haven't gotten around to it because it takes a long time to resize the picture onto every single item. It could take like up to a half hour per character, so I've been lazy in putting that off. But like, So right now the ones that are available on the Redbubble page onto t-shirts and everything: Dragon, the llama that has a pencil. This has the title Writer for Life. The Phoenix, the Hippocampus, the Unicorn. I also have a bunch of other unicorn designs that are all on there. And the Griffin are all on there, along with some like YouTuber, AuthorTuber, BookTuber, writer and bookish related designs are all on my Redbubble page. I forget how many designs I have, but I have quite a few on there. My art style is very like cutesy and bright and colorful, so if you like that sort of thing, you might enjoy some of the items on the Redbubble shop. So putting that out there, if there's something you're interested in. Stickers are actually the cheapest item and they're only like $3 and sometimes they go on sale. But if you really like an item and you don't want to spend a whole bunch of money, stickers are where it's at. If you're interested in making your own TBR cards, you can obviously do whatever prompts you want, and you don't even have to be an artist to make them. You can use stickers, you can go online and print out like pictures of your favorite celebrities if you want and make TBR cards based on that. You could even print out pictures of your favorite books and use those as your like inspiration for prompts and stuff. Or obviously you can draw your own characters too, if that's what you want to do. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you thought of this DIY in the comments, or which is your favorite card that you saw. And if you end up doing a similar project based on this video and post a picture on social media, please tag me. I will leave my Instagram and Twitter because I would love to see your project. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye!